Hey everyone, welcome to Post, and thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, my name is Neil, and welcome. So, the Pittsburgh Penguins just announced their third jersey. There are mixed emotions on Twitter, on Facebook, on Reddit, and Discord, everywhere. Strong opinions for a jersey that is not that new or different than something in the past and something actually that currently exists, which is right over my left shoulder here. And it's not often that a new jersey gets released where we don't actually critique it from top to bottom. It kind of already exists, like I said. So this is more about the conversation around the jersey versus the jersey itself. I'm going to throw a picture up on the screen here now, but chances are you've already seen this jersey. It's essentially the reverse retro, but inversed. So instead of white, black is the primary color. Other than that, it's like literally an identical jersey. And I have opinions both way, but overall it's kind of a confusing decision, but it makes sense at the same time. I'm right on the fence with this one. So let's start off with the things that make sense. So this isn't different, as it's not like a side brand or a new modern kind of take on an old jersey or anything like that. It's essentially a jersey that they've used in the past, and it's made to complement or be the inverse version of the reverse retro. There's no Pittsburgh Penguin fan that's out there that looks at this and thinks, oh wow, that is completely drastically different than the Pittsburgh Penguins. What were they thinking? Literally no one could think that, because it is so close to their history and their current reverse retro that it's just playing it safe to the definition of playing it safe, really. And that's a good thing in a way. Like, you don't want to upset the fans. Look what New Jersey did. Like, that was terrible. The fans were super pissed. So I think, in a way, Pittsburgh really did make the right decision here. I don't love the jersey. I'm going to buy it so it matches my reverse retro, so I have both of them. But I don't love the individual jersey. Like, it's kind of an okay jersey. I'm not typically a fan of the sideways text logos. You guys know that. I understand why they may have done it, because of some speculation, I guess, from my part. I look at teams like Winnipeg, who came out with that amazing heritage jersey, and then they came out with the inverse versions. Now we've got a dark and a light. As of right now, they are not their home and away, but that could be coming in the next couple of years because they're so damn popular. I look at teams like Calgary, who has gone full retro. They did the same thing, and then they made the decision to make them the primary. And then Arizona as well with the Kachina jersey. Now they've got a white version of the Kachina jersey, and that's their brand now. It's a retro brand. Calgary, retro. Winnipeg, on approach to retro brand. And I kind of look at Pittsburgh and I think, are they going to do the same thing? Are they going to take the reverse retro and maybe not next year, but the year after, make the reverse retro the primary away jersey and make this new alternate jersey the primary home jersey, and then have an alternate or maybe two alternates be something new that they create that potentially goes back to their early history when they first joined the NHL, and then maybe another alternate that is kind of close to what they use now. So it pleases basically everyone. It pleases the 90s fans, it pleases the current fans, and it pleases the old school fans from the original days, and the people who want something retro more so than the 90s retro. So I'm kind of speculating this isn't really a jersey that they know people are going to be super excited about. This is a market test in a way. They're testing the market here because they saw the reaction to the reverse retro, which was probably average. People loved it. People didn't like it. It was forgotten by a lot of people, if I'm being bluntly honest. It wasn't a standout jersey in the reverse retro series. So I think this is kind of a market research thing. They're trying to see if the fan base would be accepting of a a retro style home and away primary for the future. I see this more as a test than anything, because there's a potential classic series coming out in a couple of months where Pittsburgh is slotted as one of the 6 teams to come out with a classic jersey. I don't know if it's going to be in the traditional Adidas cut. I don't know if it's going to be in the retro classic style vintage cut that they did for some of the other jerseys last year or the year before. I don't physically know what the jersey is going to be like, but apparently there's going to be a classic series, and Pittsburgh's a part of it. So what's that going to look like? Is that going to be kind of the original style? And is that kind of a test for a new alternate in the future? So there's a lot going on in Pittsburgh, and I think they're playing it smart. I think that's the good thing. They're playing it very strategic and very safe, and while many fans may not want that, it's probably the smart play. Now on to the bad thing. The bad thing is obvious. This jersey is exactly what the reverse retro is, but it's just mirrored. It's boring. It's not new. It's been done before. Where's the innovation? Where's the ingenuity? This is so simple of a jersey design. You spent no time making this. You just told Adidas, yo, we want a dark version of the reverse retro. Okay, see ya. That's literally how that conversation went. It was 10 seconds long. It was the shortest phone call in the history on the planet. There's just no innovation here. Why, if you're coming up with an alternate that you plan on using for the next couple of years, why not make it something that kind of like stands out in the crowd? It's going to look good on the ice. The reverse retro look good on the ice in full uniform. So is this. But at the same time, this is very close to the home jersey in a way. It shares the same color palette. It shares, obviously the logo is a little bit different, but it shares kind of the same colorization on the arms, just in different areas. So it's not completely and totally different than what they use now. Where an alternate, I feel, is supposed to be a little bit more lively, a little bit more standout-ish. To me, the home jersey stands out more than this alternate. So I'm on the fence with this one, like I said. Part of me really understands the decision behind this jersey, and the other part's just like, is this really what we're going to get? Like, okay, I guess. So I'm not thrilled by this decision. It's a jersey that will be forgotten about. That's kind of how I feel. I will forget about this jersey if they only use it for 1 year or 2 year, and I don't make it the home in the way. And 5 years from now, I'm gonna forget this jersey existed. I'm gonna remember the reverse retro that's behind my shoulder, and I'm probably gonna forget about this one because the reverse retro series was a big deal. Where this alternate is just like, yeah, it's a dark version, and it's whatever. I'm still gonna probably buy it, but yeah, those are my thoughts on this jersey. Would love to hear your thoughts down below. I'm really looking forward to the Classic Series. I genuinely believe that the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to hit a home run with their jersey in the Classic Series. Very, very excited. Not a Penguins fan, as you guys know, but very excited. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been some other jerseys over my shoulder here on the other side. The Nashville Predators have teased their Stadium Series jersey, and as I'm filming this, we're about 4-ish hours away from release, but by the time you see this, the jersey would have already been released. So I will be reviewing that jersey on the channel almost certainly tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. So if you are not subscribed and you want to see that jersey, you want to see my thoughts on the jersey, please hit the subscribe button down below. I am so excited to see it, and I'm angry that I can't just fast forward time because they tease it and it's going to be blue as the primary color. You guys know how much I hate yellow jerseys, using your jerseys using yellow as a primary color, but they're using blue. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. At least I hope it's going to be awesome. There's a chance that they screw it up, but I'm very excited. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Adios.